we see the good things that we did, we see the things that we need to get better at, and then we get to work today.
I guess we saw what Carolina is really capable of doing in their game against Clemson.
Yeah, I think, they were 10-3 in the non-conference with the #1 strength of schedule in the country. They won at Michigan State, beat Louisville, and beat Kentucky. If they shot free throws in the month of November and December, they would have been not 10-3, they would have been 13-0. And they would have been a top 5 team in the country. Maybe #1 heading into the ACC. They're a really good team. In this, it's funny, then they get in the league, they lose a couple games, and the league doesn't get credit. It's what's the matter with North Carolina. They lost at Wake Forest. They lost to a team, some teams just have another program's number for some reason. You know what I mean? Wisconsin had Indiana's forever. I think they won, 11, 12 straight games at one point. Okay? Miami seems to have North Carolina's number for one reason or another. So they lost that game. Then they lost at Syracuse. And what was their other loss?
Virginia. At
Virginia.
A good team.
So where's the issues?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where's the problems there? They played one bad game, and Miami played exceptionally well. They played one bad game, and so, again, it's all relative.
You mentioned there were things you liked and didn't like. Can you kind of give us sampling of both?
Sure. What do you want first?
Let's start with the good news.
The good. All right. I thought our guys in both games or just yesterday?
Just yesterday.
Okay. They came out good. North Carolina State didn't. We didn't flinch. We just kept at it, kept doing what we were going to do, and I thought that was a very good response in a tough place to play. I thought we, especially in the first half, really shared the ball well and moved the ball well. I think we had 10 assists in the first half. We got the ball inside. We rebounded well, which was important. And when they made their run, we did a pretty good job of kind of responding. We needed to get one stop or one defensive rebound in the last 2 minutes, and unfortunately we didn't. The bad or the things we need to get better at. We left some points on the table in that first half from the free throw line, and when you're on the road, you don't have to play perfect, but those points are crucial. I thought there was 2 or 3 key plays where we had some defensive lapses. The 3 by Lewis in the second half in transition, we had a defensive lapse there. The 3 that Warren hit, we had a defensive lapse there. And so when you're on the road, that 3 by Lewis kind of got them going. It was an 11-point game at that time. Those things you have to shore up. Some little things you have to figure out a way to maybe get that rebound at the end of the game, because you win the game if you do that. And then they had 26 possessions where they went zone, and we scored 27 points in those possessions. At the same time, so overall offensive efficiency, that's not bad. But there was a 6 possession segment where we only scored once, and that gave them some momentum. And those are the things you must avoid against the zone, because it makes it seem like it's harder than it is. Now, a lot of those points, to be honest with you, were on offensive rebounds, where the first shot didn't create the points, but because we moved the ball well enough against the zone, we had avenues. That's how we had, I think, 16, 18 offensive rebounds, primarily because they were playing zone. And so there are going to be times where we don't shoot the ball well. I think that's evident. So we got to find other ways to score, and getting to the offensive glass was one of our ways yesterday.
I was really surprised looking at it that I realize he's been more of a complimentary scorer than a lead scorer, but the 21 was a career high for Daniel Miller. Is that something you would like to see him have more?
Well,
get the ball
again, you know,
more.
a lot of those were against his zone, so we got the ball inside or on offensive rebounds where we shifted it enough where he had angles to the offensive rebound. Hit a couple nice jump shots. You know, had a nice, 2 good looks in overtime as well, I think. You know, so he was just into the game, you know, offensively and defensively. The problem is 42 minutes is a lot of minutes to play. It's just a lot of minutes to play. And there was a couple plays later in the stage of the game where he was dead on his feet. And then again, and he you know, fought through it and all that. But that's a lot of minutes. You're banging against Vanderberg and Anye. You know, it's pretty good banging.
Speaking of that, you know, him playing the 42 minutes, what's the progress with Robert Carter?
Today is Monday. Tomorrow is Tuesday. And on Wednesday, we'll have a little more information. You know, we said and I say in 3 weeks, the surgery is 3 weeks tomorrow. So you're going to have to wait 48 hours.
Yeah, I saw the picture of him.
Yeah,
You know,
he's out there shooting. He's doing the zero gravity running. So he's progressing well. Again, that decision is going to be made by Richard and our doctors, and I think he'll either be evaluated tomorrow or on game day, on Wednesday. He'd play right now. He wouldn't have had to, you know what I mean? I mean, that kid wants to get out there right now. But we're, you know, like all stuff like that, we make sure it's the best for the kid.
better safe than sorry.
Yeah, you know, as I think I said yesterday, if you erase the Miami game, you know, you go back to the Notre Dame, Pittsburgh, BC, and then this game, you know, we're probably playing our best basketball of the season right now. That's no. Now, would we be better with Robert?